Hi, in this video, I will show you how to solve some question in the workbook 2.1, 2.2. Question 1. For this, so first, you added 6, both of the equation, both sides of the equation. You got 14x equal 6, and divided by 14, both sides of the equation. So you got x squared equal 6 over 14. And then you take square root, both sides of the equation, like this. Okay? And so this equal x. However, when you take square root both sides of the equation, remember to edit a positive and negative sign. Okay, so that will be root 6 over 14 and equal positive and negative root 6 over root 14. However, we don't like to see an irrational number on denominator. So we call this step rationalize denominator. To do so, you have to multiply root 14 over root 14. The purpose of you do so is after you multiply root 14 over root 14, the denominator become 14, right? And because this actually equal 1, so if you multiply 1, you will not change the value of this. So that's why I need to multiply root 14 over root 14. And for numerator, root 6 times root 14 equal root 6 times 14. And then it becomes 84. So root 84 over root 14. And root 84, I can say that will be root 4 times root 21. Okay, and root 4 equal 2. So that's 2 times root 21 over 14. And you simplify, so the final answer is root 21 over 7. Okay, this is the answer for question 1. Alright, so the rules for you multiply the square root, you just times them together. So that's 21. Okay, and if you root 3 times root 3 equal 3. Okay, next, question 6. It's just slightly different, so but you basically the step all the same. So you plus 9 both sides of the equation. You got 16x squared equal negative 15. And then you divided both sides of the equation by 16. Divide 16. So you can get x squared equal 15 over 16. Then you take square root both sides of the equation. So again, when you do so, please edit positives and negative sign. So x equal root 15 over root 14. And root 16, oh sorry, it's negative. It's negative. Negative 15. Root 16 is 4. And this root negative 15, you can say root negative 1 times root 15. This is I. So the answer can simplify to root 15i over 4. Positive and negative. And it should be the answer for question 6. And then this is 2.1, I think. And then how about 2.2? Okay. So when you do the operation including I, you just think it just like x, right? So if you can do this, negative 13 plus 2x minus 6 minus 7x. If you can do this, then just use the same method for this, okay? Just think I is a variable. So negative 13 plus 2i. Just remember, if you see a negative sign in front of parentheses, So negative 6. Some people will say negative 7. I'm wrong, wrong, wrong. Plus. Because negative make it plus. Right? Because 10 minus 2 plus 3 is 10 minus 5 is 5. It doesn't equal 10 minus 1 plus 3. This equal uh, 11. So it's different. So when you remove the parentheses, remember the negative sign in front of it. So 10 minus 2 minus 3 equal 5. This is correct. Okay, the middle is wrong. Wrong. Terrible. And next, multiplication. Again, if you can do 9 plus 4x times 2 minus 3x, then it should be a problem for you. Okay, just remember, so there is big rainbow, small rainbow. So 9 times 2 give you 18, right? And 9 times, remember, you include negative, so it should be negative something, right? So it's negative 27 minus negative 27i, and then positive 4 times 2 plus 8i, and then 4 times negative 3, that is negative 12i squared. The only thing different from x is, remember, I squared equal negative 1. So this equal negative 1, make this positive 12. Positive 12. So 18 plus 12 equals 30. So it will be 30. And then negative 27 plus 8 is negative 19. This is the answer. Okay, it's more complicated for division. This question actually equals 8 plus 3 root of negative 1. 2 minus 6 root of negative 1. Like I said before, we cannot see an irrational number on denominator. So I want to get rid of the square root here. Okay, but I cannot only multiply square root of negative 1. It will not remove everything. The denominator will still be an irrational number. So I have to multiply the conjugate of denominator. What is the conjugate of this number? A conjugate of 2 minus 6i is 2 plus 6i. You just change the sign of the imaginary part. Okay, so you got number 3 minus 0.5i. The conjugate is 3 plus 0.5i. Just simple as that. So I have to multiply the conjugate of the denominator of that over that again. So 2 plus 6i over 2 plus 6i. Multiply, sorry. So for denominator, big rainbow, small rainbow, small rainbow. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 6 plus 12i. Negative 6 times 2 is negative 12i. And lastly, negative 6 times 6, negative 36i squared. First, you see plus 12i minus 12i, so I gone. And I squared is negative 1. So the denominator actually equals 4 plus 36. So I successfully removed the square root from the denominator. That's why I need to multiply this divided by this. Again, because the green part equal 1, so I multiply 1 will not change the value of the red part. So it's the same thing, just different format. Okay, for numerator, sorry. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 6 is 48i. 3 times 2, that's 6i. And 3 times 6 positive is plus 18i, however, is I squared. So become minus 18, become negative 2, and then plus 54i. So it's negative 1 plus 27i over 20. Is that more? Okay, I think that's it. All right. If you don't understand anything, you can watch again. Okay, or you can send me a private message, hangout, line, everything, emails, whatever. Yeah, I'm happy to solve the question for you. Okay, see you next time.